Okay, right now we're going to go over the way you would prevent people who are not your friends from seeing who your friends are. That is a situation with Facebook that even if you don't have, even if they're not your friends, they're still able to see your friends and then utilize that to spam your friends. So you want to prevent people who are not your friends from seeing who your friends are completely. And if you want to do that, on the new Facebook, you want to go in under the. I'm gonna scroll over here so you see it. Oh, you can't see it. I'm sorry. On the right hand side of your page, top right, beside your name, it says Home, and then there's an arrow. Click the drop down of the arrow and go to Account Settings. Once you're in Account Settings, you're gonna see these features right here: General Security, Notifications, Subscribers, and so on. Down underneath that, it says you can also visit your privacy settings to edit your timeline. This is a very important thing. I don't know why they made it so ambiguous. And there's been a debate about Facebook for some time about how they have relinquished your privacy rights during updates. So, in order to restore your privacy on your friends locking, which what you're going to do is click the privacy settings. Once you're on the privacy settings, you can control who sees your posts. Mine is set for friends only. You also set how you connect to people and so on. What you do not see right away is the friends to hide your friends from other people. That is something that is not on this particular page, and it makes it a little ambiguous to find that. So, what you need to do here. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go down here to how you connect and make sure that your controls are set to where only your friends can look you up by email address or phone number if you'd like to do that. Make sure that only your friends can send you friend requests if you would like that, or friends of friends. I'm sorry, friends of friends or everyone. Mine's set for everyone because I want everyone to be able to connect with me if they can. And only friends can send me Facebook messages. You can open that up to anyone you want or friends of friends. I leave it the way it is. So once you're done with that, you move on down to timeline and tagging. You edit this settings. You want to make sure that no one can post, or only your friends can post on your timeline, or you can set that off to where no one can post on your timeline. Because I don't have anyone except for real, authentic friends in my Facebook, I leave that as friends. And I want to make sure that only my friends can see what's in my posts on my timeline. You can set that to a lot of different things, but I set it for just my friends. Here it says review posts friends tag you in before they appear on your timeline. This is a very important thing. I set it off to show you that it needs to be turned on. You want to make sure that when somebody's tagging you in their timelines, that you're notified of it before it goes live, because you really don't have any control over what they're doing, and you want to make sure you see that. So I'm going to set that to on and enable that. Okay, I'm going to go back. And you can see who can see posts you've been tagged in. This is important as well because you want to make sure that only your friends can see where you've been tagged, or that you'll be available to the public as well. If you want to review the tags that your friends post on Facebook, it's very important to do this, especially if you're dealing with when people tag pictures and they're not in the pictures. They just want their friends to see your pictures, so they tag it. Tag themselves in it. You can go ahead and set this and enable this to prevent that situation from happening. You hit back. Now you'll see the suggestions when photos that you looked at are uploaded. So if you want to see who sees the suggestions of your photos, you can set it to friends, or you can set that to no one. Now personally, I have it set to friends. I'm going to leave it that way because I'm a very social person, but a lot of people like to leave that at no one. Okay, I'm done right here. I'm gonna move on down to ads, apps, and websites. This is going to be able to prevent the spammy situation the spammy things on Facebook more than anything. So if you want to remove unwanted spammy apps, you would be able to do that. You can turn off all apps, and then you can go down here and how people you bring to use the apps. People use your info. Now what you do here is hit edit settings. You can see here that people can see if you're using their app a lot of things like your status update. And I don't want them to see that. They can see if you're online. I don't want them to know that if I'm online or not. It's none of their business. They can see my website. I don't want them to know where my website is. I don't want them to know where my hometown is. They don't need to see my notes. They can see my links. They cannot see where I'm at currently. Um, I, I don't want them to see, I'll let them see. I don't want to see the educational work either. Excuse me. The app activity, none of their business. Birthday, none of their business. I'll leave the bio on, and that's the only thing that I'll let apps see, because it's just not something. I don't like apps taking all the information and just sharing it. So then down here you see instant personalization, and this lets you see relevant information about your friends the moment you arrive at a different website as a partners of theirs, which means someone who's using their API key. Here it'll actually show you how you see the information, and you can change this and edit this if you'd like to. Right now it doesn't look like they're allowing you to, let me retract that. And then, oh, here we go. So here's our partner sites: Ping, Pandora, TripAdvisor, Yelp, Rotten Tomatoes, Clicker, Scribble, Scribe, Docs, Zynga, Kixeye, and FA. Kixeye is something you're going to see with Battle Pirates. So I really don't want any instant notifications, so I'm going to remove that. Now I won't get any personalization on their websites, but they also won't know any business about me, which is something that I like to keep my privacy. So public search is a preview of how people look for you in a search engine. So this is what shows up on Google. A lot of people don't think about how they're going to show up on Google when they're using Facebook, but it's very important to either enable or take off your public search. Do you want your Facebook stuff to show up on Google? I personally leave it off because I don't want people to see what I'm doing on Facebook through Google. Now, the ads, if you're managing third-party ads, this is a really important thing for spam. You can go ahead and hit the edit third-party ads, and right here what I do is you don't show information to anyone, is how I was set. Or you can set it to one of your friends. That kind of spams your friends. So you might want to just set that to no one and leave it at that. And then you have the social ad setting, and this is the one that you see more often than not. Here's where you see where people have liked your ads. I don't really want anyone to see what I've liked. It's just none of their business what I like. And you might want people to see that. You might not. I personally don't, so I have it set to no one. Set changes. And that's how you're going to cover the advertisements of the area. Going back to the privacy, now we're going to move on down to the audience for past posts. When you add someone new, they're able to see all the posts that you've ever done. And that's really cool when you're adding your friends, then they can catch up if they haven't been your friends for a while. But if you're not adding only friends, you can change and limit the ability to see the old posts. If you're utilizing your settings, your privacy settings on each post correctly, then you're not going to have to worry about that so much because you have them set for certain areas. And here you can block certain people and certain apps. You can see I have people blocked, and you can add people, and I have certain apps blocked. And I do not use those apps, nor do I want them to be able to harass me, and that's the reason I've added them to the blocking. So, last but not least, let's do what I originally wanted to do, and that's going to be changing the ability to see your friends. And right here, I'm sorry, I'm over here at basic. It used to be under basic info, and this is where the change has come to place. We'll start with family. Scroll down to your relationship status and your family, and then under the relationship status and family, you can say who wants to see if you're engaged and all those things, or whatever your relationship status might be. I have it set to friends. I'm going to set it now to only me because that's the way I'd like to have it, because I've had people actually try to get a hold of Michelle and sell her wedding things and pre-wedding planning. As for family, who do you want to see your family? Do you want to be your friends see your family or only yourself? I have it set to friends. Most of my friends know who my family is, and my family are. So I leave those all there. Now, as for my son and my daughter, they don't have profiles because they're too young. So I have them listed, but there's no profile attached to, so I'm not too worried about that. And that's how I have my friends set up. And you can set yours up however you see fit, but make sure you do so And that will prevent people from utilizing information about you in a spammy way. Now moving on up to your living. A lot of people want to be real quiet about where they live. And the current city, I don't want anybody to know my current city, so I'm going to set that to only me. And the hometown is Norwood, and I'm going to set that to my friends because it's none of anybody else's business. I don't want the people in public to just know where I'm from. It's none of their business. And I'm going to save that. Now going up to your education, this you're going to go ahead and change anything you don't want someone to see. Like I allow the public to see where I work because it helps me in obtaining new clients. But as for my college and the college I've gone to, I only want my friends to see that. I don't want the public to see that. Sorry, public. And so my friends can only see where I went to college and where I went to high school. And that's how I have that set up. And it's a good way of preventing people from seeing that. So then going down to friends. Once you see your friends and you want to edit, who can see your full friends list on your timeline? This is the most important thing that you want to make sure that you do to prevent people from spamming your friends. Because when people spam your friends, it's a little more vile than when they're spamming you through your own profile. So I have mine set to only friends can see my friends. But you can set that to only yourself if you'd like to do that. And that's called a friend locked profile. I'm sorry I went a little bit overboard on doing privacy here, but it's pretty important to make sure you keep yourself private and protect your identity online and prevent spammers from taking advantage of Facebook's lack of control when it comes to privacy settings. Thanks and good luck with your privacy settings.